Hey, welcome to TWC Projects. Today we got a project for you, and it is one that's long overdue that I've just been putting off. And this, of course, is my Cub Cadet ZT1 50-inch Aero Deck mower. And it's been fantastic. I think I bought it in 2019, so it's going on 5 years old, and it's been a total champ. But I think we're gonna change the oil filter, fuel filter. We'll probably check the spark plugs, and then we're gonna pull this housing off and flip it over and clean it and put new blades on it and see how it's looking. We're gonna look at the air filter too and see if that it may just need cleaning, but it may need to be replaced. So I have a new one just in case. Fuel filter, oil filter. It actually takes 2 spark plugs. I don't think either one is, like, it doesn't need to be changed. I'll look at the hours on it, but it's I'm sure they're fine. And then the old blades that I had ground to try to get some edge on them again. So we'll put those on, see how those work. So that's what we're in for today. Stick with me if you want to see how to maintain a ZT1. Actually, probably most everything I'm doing is the same for most mowers. But anyway, thank you for joining me, and let's get started. All right, I gotta say, this thing looks much better than it did 3 years ago when I first pulled it off and it was just massive rust. It looks pretty good. I'm just gonna hit it with some more rust cutter Might be a few spots that I just didn't get well enough with the power washer, but it's not going to be perfect. But yeah, it looks a lot better. I can't see with the sun on the other side of it, but yeah, it's pretty good shape. So while I've got it off, I might as well go ahead and hit it with some more rust cutter, let that set, eat some lunch, and then we'll put some black spray paint on it and start putting it back together, change the oil and the other things I got to do too. So let's keep going. All right, so unfortunately I'm out of rust cutter. I used up the last little bit that I had, so I think I'm just gonna have to leave this way for now. It did help, but really needed to do a couple more coats. I needed to then wash all that after and let it dry probably overnight, or let it dry for quite a while at least before I could paint it. So I'm not gonna paint it at this point, but I think in the spring I'll end up putting on, pulling it out and doing it over again anyway. But you know, you could see this was all rust, and it just really helps using that rust cutter. And of course there's a lot more here. This was rust down, well, some of it you can still see, so didn't have enough to do enough, unfortunately. I love that stuff. I use it all the time, and I go through it pretty quickly. I should start buying it probably in a bigger, like the gallon size, instead of just a squirt bottle. It's a little expensive in a gallon, but anyway, let's get back to putting that thing back together, get it back on here, so we could do the oil change and the fuel filter change, and of course the oil filter change. Do that next, because I gotta cut the grass today, and the day is going by, so let's get back to it. Those are the only two grease points that I could find. I tried to go online and look at the manual for this thing. I don't know where my original one is, but it seemed like it'd have to be some in the pulleys system somewhere, but I couldn't find any. Not even on these pivot points here. These are sealed bearings, I guess. There's no place to grease these, only those little points that I found down there to grease the front wheels. So guess that's it. I guess that's all I'm going to be able to do. I put in what it called for, which is 1 quart of 10W30. Didn't seem to, I spilled a bunch first time, so I don't know how much I spilled. Then I tried to add a little more. So I'm going to run it a little bit and then check it again and see where it is, because right now it still shows it down at the very lower end. I can see the oil on the dipstick, but it's not at the full point. So I'll run it for a little bit, bring it back in on a level again, and try it. But I think that's it. Maybe I'll have a grab of a little footage of me mowing the grass. I don't know. Anyway, so what did we do today? Pulled the deck off, went through and cleaned because it was very bad, very, very bad. Some rust under there. So power wash, scraped and power washed, and sprayed a bunch of rust cutter underneath. Need to buy some more and pull it off again probably and do that, and then paint it again. I painted it about 3 years ago. It was really bad. If you want to see that video, I can put a link in the description to it. But it was really bad. And just because I had been mowing too much while it was a really wet year, and I didn't clean the deck well enough, and the mower deck underneath was just rusting and rusting. But I got that back to bare metal and painted it up, and it's lasted really well. So it's been 3 years since I've touched it. You saw it today. And anyway, I need to clean the whole thing as well, but I ended up taking the deck up there, as you saw on the tractor, and just washed it up there. I've got to get all this oil that I spilled out of here too, because that's just nasty, and I'll just leave a mess in there. So I'll get a rag and get as much of that as I can, and then I'll probably power wash out the rest of it. So let's see. Change the oil filter, change the fuel filter, clean the air filter. It was really clean inside. I probably should have just changed. I don't know. I think in the spring I'm gonna do this again. Well, next time I do the deck, whenever that is, I'll put the new filter on too. But I didn't really seem to need it. It was really clean. Not too dusty around here, so we're in pretty good shape. So everything's good. Greased the front wheels. Couldn't find fittings anywhere else. So if anybody knows where those are, please feel free to let me know in the comments. I'll try to do a little bit more homework, and I'll take the like I do with a lot of my user owner manuals, I'll put it up on my website. So if somebody's got one of these mowers and they're trying to find it quickly, that'll be an easy way to do it. Actually, it was really easy anyway. I'll tell you, if you do have one, you want it now, you flip the seat over, and underneath the seat is going to be the model number and the serial number. So you just go to their website, you put in your model number and serial number, and then it'll give you an option to download it. So you can download it as a PDF. But I searched through it on grease, only found one thing, and it said grease all lubricant points. Then I found lots of places that said lubricant point, but didn't show you where any of them are, didn't tell you where any of them are. It just said grease them at whatever, every so many hours. So, which I have not done at all. So I don't know if there's any other grease points or not. I do remember when I bought it, it said it was mostly all sealed, that you didn't need to grease anything, but I did find those 2 zerts on the front wheels, as you saw. So, I think that's really it. Thank you so much for watching, for coming along with me as I have lots of projects where I create things, fix things, and enjoy God's creation outside. And thank you for subscribing to stay up on top of new ones as they come out, and new videos, and hit the bell to get notified when new ones come out. Thumbs up if you like it, share with a friend, and come on back. So thank you so much. Have a fantastic week, and I will see you on the next project.